We're talking about, may I open the door of liberation for all beings. This is the practice of bodhisattvas when opening the door. Okay, so clearing away the obstacles, opening the path so that sentient beings can go through. So of course the principal way a Buddha or Bodhisattva does that is by teaching, okay? Not by opening a literal door, or not by, crawling inside the brain and opening some neurons, not like that. Okay, but they open the door through giving teachings. And then the 17th one was, may I close the door to the lower forms of life for all beings. This is the practice of bodhisattvas when closing a door. Okay, so when opening the door, we're opening the door to liberation. When closing the door, we're closing the door to lower rebirths. Okay, so how do we close the door to lower rebirths? Well, the chief cause of lower rebirths is negative karma. Okay, so whenever we do any of the 10 destructive actions, we are creating negative karma. So those 10 destructive actions, 3 of them are physical, so they're killing, stealing, and unwise sexual behavior. And then 4 verbal, lying, creating disharmony, speaking harshly, and then idle talk. And then 3 mental ones, coveting other people's possessions, having malice and ill will towards others, and then distorted views. So whenever we create any of those 10 non-virtues, then we are opening the door for lower rebirth. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Yeah. So closing the door means abandoning those 10. Okay, and not only those 10, but when we take, any kinds of vows, whether they're pratimoksha vows or bodhisattva vows, tantric vows, then, keeping those vows well, because when we transgress those, that's also opening the door to the lower rebirths. Okay, so we have to practice this ourselves, just like we were talking yesterday. If we're going to lead other sentient beings through the door of liberation, we better go through ourselves, yeah, and not just hang back with our resistance and laziness and trying to tweak our samsara to make it nicer, but go through that door to liberation. And similarly, close the door to the lower rebirths. Yeah, and so that means abandoning the 10 non-virtues. And then, on that basis, then we can talk about closing the door to lower rebirth for other sentient beings, which is what we'll get into tomorrow.